Do. We're live.
Are we?
I think so.
Yay! How do
Cool.
you want me to set this up so that we can see both? Here and here.
Oh.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yay!
Well done, Charisma. How's the sound?
Yeah, let us
Can you
know how
hear
it
us?
sounds.
Should we have the chat?
Yeah, you should bring it up on your
All
phone.
right, we're gonna bring the chat up. I'm swinging it around.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Cole. You got it. Thanks for joining.
Yes.
And for all of you all that when we accidentally went live yesterday trying to test everything out.
I know.
Thank you for joining that one too.
Yeah.
Our super random live.
That was very random. Well, it was just a test. It wasn't even supposed to be live.
No.
All right, how do I get to you to chat so I can interact?
Baby, you were
hang
just
out?
there.
View channel, live,
Bam.
bam, bam. Okay,
Bam,
now we
there
can
we
talk
are.
to all the people.
There we go. We're
Boom.
up. So we are at the river, y'all. We made it to Virginia.
Yes, we're here in Virginia.
Yeah.
It's been quite the road trip. Quite the road trip. If y'all have been around for a while, you know this isn't the first time we've gone across the country.
Yeah.
The first time was 47 days. We loved it so much. We were like, you know what? Let's make this one 66 days.
Oh my gosh. What were we thinking?
It's a long time.
Yeah.
It's a long time. We're happy to be settled here at home for a while.
Yeah.
And just kind of recuperate, rejuvenate, soak in the family vibes, soak in the river vibes, and recharge us for the second half.
Yes. Yeah. So we have to go back. But the second half back,
We do.
less stops going
Yeah.
back. So it'll be quicker to get home.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Kind of miss our house. But this has been a lot of fun.
It has been a lot of fun. The views are immaculate.
The views are amazing. Maybe at the end of the live, we'll like point it towards the river or the sunset.
Oh, that would be cool because that'd be so easy to move the camera.
That's true.
Yeah.
We'll do that at the end.
Yeah,
so y'all can see.
Stick around.
There are some of the most beautiful sunsets I've ever seen here. And in fact, my mom loves taking pictures from the end of the dock at the same spot throughout the year.
Yeah.
Because throughout the year, the sunsets are great, but they look so different depending on winter, spring, summer, you know?
Yeah. Speaking of the sunsets, look at my
you're
face.
getting hit?
It's coming.
See, we were out of it a moment ago.
I know the sun's moving. Just go. I'm gonna go a little closer. Go a little closer, honey.
Am I in it?
Barely. It's me. It's hitting me more than you.
Oh, move up?
Yeah. Or you think we're on the same plane now? We look good?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
You always
I'm
look
going to try to dodge the sun, but eventually the sun's just going to be blasting my face. So.
Well, there's trees. Hopefully it'll hide behind the trees.
Hopefully.
It's kind of like a hair light, though. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Everyone's. How's the family? The family's good. Your dad said sunsets.
Dad's already
So
here.
right now, Cole's parents are like right outside where
They're
we're filming.
Enjoying the sunset, most
Yes.
likely.
We will have them on a future live. So stay tuned for that.
Or put your questions. Well, no, because
we'll
it'll be harder
submit.
to go through chat.
No, we'll submit a community post on YouTube. We'll do YouTube this time, and y'all can submit questions there.
Yeah, so if you don't know, on YouTube, there's a community page.
Yeah.
And we post on there pretty often with like updates and things that are happening. And like for this, we'd love to have everybody submit questions for my parents. And then we may do it with Charisma's parents as well.
Yeah, we haven't asked my parents' permission yet. So they have not agreed to it yet. We'll ask them.
They pretty much said yes, though, already, so they're committed.
Oh, did they?
just kidding.
They don't know yet, but they said yes.
Yeah. So yeah, put your questions when we do that, or just keep an eye on the community page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we want to...
Wait, there's two things I want to start with.
Oh, first.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah. The sun is
I
creeping
know,
on
Cole.
you, babe.
I'm just going to try to like avoid it, but I think it's okay.
You look good anyway.
Thank you.
First thing, I mentioned hair light earlier. Speaking of hair, check it out.
Oh yeah, Cole's
So
hair is getting
long.
long.
Very, very long these
We're
days.
figuring it out.
Very long these days.
Yeah.
Figuring it out is a good way to
Babe,
put it.
What did you
fix
just
it?
flattened it now?
Oh,
Why?
no, I just wanted to touch it.
Yeah.
I'm used to being able to touch my hair, but now I touch it and it messes it
Well,
up.
and how you scratch is like
What
really.
was that?
I was scratching like you. That's what you do. That's it. See, that's what you do.
I do that. That's exactly either that or show them my other scratch method.
Oh.
Well, you got to put your finger in place first.
Oh, the way I did. That's how Cole puts his finger together and he goes.
I do.
Because it's like he has to have. I'm like, I'm not flicking you off, but this is how Cole uses. There it is. See? See? Yeah.
It's funnier when you do it though.
Yeah. How do you do it? How do you? I'm
Well,
trying to like. Oh, you do it more down
catch
here.
it.
Yeah.
Well, so I've learned how to use my wheel so that I don't have to do that.
Well, it's funny because we talked to some other quads, and they're like, "How do you do that?" And I just don't. I think it's Cole's finger. Your fingers just allow you to do that.
I think all quads have different hands.
Yes.
And we do want to talk about spinal cord injury awareness stuff.
Yeah.
So here's a little teaser. But yeah, all quads seem to have different hands. So like one quad is able to do an IC in a certain way because of how their hands kind of ended up after their injury.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't do it that way. I have to do it a totally different way because my hands are different.
Yeah.
Some quads have straight hands. Like their hands are not coiled at all and their fingers are all straight.
Someone said your hair looks healthy. It does. Your hair is very healthy. It's actually hilarious because I saw one in video, and I think it was the way Cole's hair was cut. But someone was like, "Oh, is Cole going like balding? Is he receding or whatever?" And I'm like, "Oh no, Cole has a lot of hair. It's just that I think it was how it was cut that one time. But no,
yeah,
it does. Of hair.
Having longer hair scares me though in terms of balding because when I shower, I actually like see the hair that I'm shedding, and I'm like, Charisma, look at these 4 hairs. I think I'm gonna go bald.
And I'm like, Cole, like. Everyone sheds. The amount of hair, the amount of my hair after I take out my twist, I have to I vacuum everything.
I knew Dad would have to talk about the hair.
He gets his hair from his dad.
I hope I keep my hair, Dad.
Oh, cool. I did not say that. That was Cole.
He might come in here and reprimand me now.
No. But quickly, before we talk more about our road trip, we wanted to kind of give you a little bit of update about that. But we want to shout out our members.
Yes. And then I have one other thing.
Oh. Wait, what? Babe. Oh, yeah, we can mention that. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it took so long for me to understand you.
I was saying it very fast.
Yeah, well, and then whispering it so low, but I don't think they could have heard. Wait, should we do ASMR? This is Cole and Charisma coming to you live.
Yeah, we've had a great road trip so far.
Yes, it was really good.
It's been great. Do we like this?
I'm curious to listen to that
Oh
back.
my gosh, we'll watch it back later. Okay, so shout out.
Oh, members.
Oh,
go
Cole's
to mine.
here. Cole's growing out his hair.
Cole.
Woo!
Yes, you and me together, brother. Nice.
Y'all gotta post pictures in the Discord.
Yeah. All right. Screenshots. We got to shout out our folks.
Okay.
Oh, there's a lot of Charisma in a bathing suit. You look good.
Okay. Alright, this is the first one.
All right. Charisma can't read, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah, literate over here.
All right. Here's some shout outs. Arturo de la Cerda. Was that good?
Yes, and yes, that was great. So these are new members, but also members that renewed their membership for another month. So we're shouting all of you guys out.
Yes, thanks. Dory K, thank you. Appreciate. We can go back and forth.
Kim Cook.
Yes.
Woo.
Cece, thank you, Cece.
Deborah Jean Owens, thank you.
I love that name. Ryan Muir, you re-upped. Thank you so much.
My medical musings. My medical
Yes.
musings. I've seen you comment a lot. You're so active. Thank you for joining.
I love the musings. Wait, there.
This one, there it is. No,
You
it's
get
kind
the one on the bottom?
No, that's it.
We can't forget. Okay.
Yeah.
Deantra Lawson. Thank you, Deantra.
Yes. Forever a fan of CNC re-upped. Thank
love that.
you.
Carla G.
Also did.
Thank you.
Avril Lake.
Nice. Jay Hayes.
Oh gosh, Cole.
Thanks, Hayes.
Kevin Hatch, thank you.
Jay Duncan. Are you related to Tim?
Rob.
Tim Duncan.
I'm sure they've heard that a lot. And then Angela DeBrol Murphy.
Nice.
DeBrol?
Yeah, you got it.
Cool.
Good job.
Thank you guys. Y'all are
Cool,
the
cool.
best. Thank you. Cole, look
Look
at
at
you.
my-
And
look at
oh
my
my God.
Hayes
Cole's
face.
watching back. Literally, Cole's Hayes face.
The
I
Hayes
cannot.
face.
All right. So we want to briefly talk to. Do I have to renew monthly? What did you see?
It'll auto renew if you just let it.
I think you can sign up for auto renewal.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you?
I think it defaults. to
Why'd
that.
you say? Oh my gosh.
My dad.
Oh no.
My dad said air horn time.
I think I'm gonna lock them out. I think
Lock
I'm gonna
lock
lock
all the
the
doors.
If
Shut
I
it
see
out.
it coming, I'm gonna run.
Wait, does anybody know what we're talking about?
Probably not.
This is a deep reference to our channel, the
Mm-hmm.
air horn. Let's not share the story and maybe.
No,
people
we
will have to
should.
go-
We should share it. We should. They
Okay.
can go watch. We'll tell them to go watch it. But was it our second live?
I think it was.
So this is like early on. We were living in the attic. If you guys remember, we called the attic our apartment for a while, and we were living up there, and using the space. And we were going live, and out of nowhere, your father.
He thought it would be hilarious to. Oh, thank you, Susan. Susan,
Aw.
another shout out right
Yay,
there.
thank you,
Thank you.
Susan.
Welcome to the squaw. Yeah, my dad thought it would be funny because he noticed watching the live downstairs that there was a delay between, like, he could hear us talking and then it would come through like 10 seconds later or something.
Yeah.
So he thought it'd be funny to go upstairs at the bottom of the basement step or attic steps, blow the air horn in a space that's doesn't have many,
Not
crowd.
air horn friendly.
No, that air horn reverberated
Yeah.
through our bodies and brains, and then he ran downstairs to watch our reaction to getting air horned.
And we were so like, oh my god, it was so loud.
It was incredibly loud.
So we told him to promise us there are no air horns today.
Yeah, well, Charisma was like, "Do I need to hide anything?
Do I need to hide anything?" Yeah, but it's a good memory.
Oh, see, we do have Ruby.
A couple people
Yes.
remember. Alicia too remembers the air horn. Ooh, yeah. So y'all
That's
been
great.
around for a long time. That's wild.
great.
That's amazing.
Hanging out with us during our lives.
Yes, but
Okay, one more little tidbit before we move on to the crux of why we're here today.
yeah.
It's some fun news. Oh, sorry, I fell over. It's some fun news that happened to come in very last minute.
Like literally 2 hours ago.
Yeah, from the White House.
Yes, for the second year in a row, we got invited to the White House to attend the ADA celebration ceremony.
Yes, very excited. I
Yeah.
love celebrating anything disability related.
Yeah.
That means progress has been made and progress will continue to be made. So I'm excited to go and bring awareness to that and also meet all the other change makers that I'm sure have been invited as well.
Yeah.
Because, I love our community. Our community, our disabled community, especially in the creation space, is working really hard to, fight stigmas, change narratives.
Oh, Alicia.
Oh, Alicia, I think you re-upped.
Yeah.
Thank
Is
you.
Alicia or Alicia? I never know. It's like
Oh, yeah.
can be pronounced both ways.
That's
but thank
true.
you.
Thank
Yes.
you.
So we're excited for the White House. Shane and Hannah are also going. They went with us last year, so it's exciting. I love when the ADA is recognized and celebrated, and we are going to continue pushing for change and for things to be better. So
Absolutely.
keep advocating.
Keep advocating.
Yes.
That goes out there to everyone, no matter what you're doing.
Yes, keep advocating.
Someone's watching us from Ghana.
Ghana.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
Ghana.
All right, so we want to
Chat.
I'm bringing up we always write down what we want to talk about.
Yeah, what are we
Make
talking
sure
about?
we stay on track.
Yeah.
Well, first I wanted to briefly kind of talk about the road trip. So we've posted a couple videos already. Us leaving, our stop in Vegas, and then our next video is gonna be kind of the drive going to Minneapolis, which is a video with Shane and Hannah.
Yeah, where some things went down.
Yes, and the road trip. Yes, some things went down from the sky.
Onto us.
And then they went with us to Ohio, Chicago.
That's right.
So we have a video in Chicago, and then we're here. So we have a couple videos from the road trip. That's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, it's been a blast creating content on the road trip.
Yeah.
And please go watch the videos
Yeah.
once we post them.
Yes, please, please,
Yeah.
please. Someone
All
else took your name. Yeah, the Mary. You're talking about our Facebook page. We actually talked about this in one of our lives a while ago about our hacked Facebook page. It got taken down and now it's back up. So again, we're pushing to get that fixed. But you can follow us, Roll with Cole and Charisma. That's it. That's the name, and that is our active Facebook account.
Yes, that's the one. That's us.
Yeah,
That's the real us.
Yeah.
Maybe we should change the name of it to The Real Colin
The
Charisma.
real. No, we're gonna try to get a blue check mark. I'm working on that. You have to apply, and it's a
Why didn't
whole
we have that
process.
before? What the heck?
Because we didn't use that page.
So annoying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Alicia.
Alicia.
Alicia?
Oh, it's Alicia. Alicia. It's Alicia.
I feel like that's a combo of both. Pretty cool.
Alicia. No, I know Alicia's. All the Alicias I know are Alicia.
Gotcha. Alicia.
Except for Alicia Keys. She's the only one. Anyway.
You know, I emailed her once.
You did?
Yeah, before I was doing an
you told
original
me.
song, I tried to email. I found her agent online. I found the email, and I was like, "Hey, could I have the rights to If I Ain't Got You so I can sing it to my wife for a proposal?"
Yeah. Cole didn't get the rights, but I like
They
this
didn't
better.
even respond.
Is it getting darker? Because the sun's
Well, on
setting?
here it looks bright. I
Oh,
think
okay.
the computer screen might have gotten dark.
Oh, okay, cool. As long as it's not too dark on y'all's end.
Yeah, it looks pretty bright.
It looks pretty good. All right.
All right, let's get to the good stuff.
So,
September,
yes, what is
please.
it?
No, you
Take
tell
it
them.
away.
Me too?
Yeah,
All right, I'll take it away.
take it away. Here's the mic. Oh, it's right here.
So September is Spinal Cord Injury Awareness Month.
Yes. Oh no! Oh, they were like. Okay, stop. Let's not. It's not ASMR.
No. September is Spinal Cord Injury Awareness Month, so obviously a great opportunity to talk about spinal cord injuries. And I think there are a few things that we haven't really dove into on this topic that may surprise you guys.
Oh my gosh, Jules! Thank you.
Oh, Jules! On the squat.
Woo, thank
Boom.
you. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I just see it pop up and I'm like, I must say.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Kuzma, have you considered modeling? You should.
Oh, thank you. I've never
gorgeous.
considered it, but thank you.
It'd be amazing. So we'd like to share some stuff about spinal cord injury that might surprise you, might amaze you, might make you sad,
Or you may already know.
or you might already know. So where do we start?
So we wanted to talk about Spinal Cord Injury Month and the importance of it.
Yeah, it's very important to talk about these things. For a couple of, I have a couple of reasons why I feel that way. The first being, I had no idea, I knew nothing about paralysis myself. I didn't know the dangers of potentially breaking my neck, despite my mother breaking her neck twice, she didn't sustain significant spinal cord damage. So I didn't know what paralysis was going to be like.
Yeah.
And when I was first injured, I was told that I was paralyzed, and I thought that just meant I couldn't use my legs. I would have full hand function. I'd have full function pretty much everywhere, but I would be using a wheelchair. That's the idea I had in my head. And unbeknownst to me, it's way more involved than that. With the bladder care, the bowel care, the infections, the spasticity,
The sensation.
all of that.
Temperature.
Not having hand function because of my level of injury, seeing my friends with a bit higher injury have way less function than even I have. And it's just all of that I had no idea about.
Yeah, there's this iceberg. You probably have seen it for so many different analogies, right? But the iceberg analogy, where it's spinal cord injury, you think it's loss of movement, and then there's all these other complications that come with having a spinal cord injury that people just aren't aware of.
Right. And so people need to be more aware
Yeah.
to make more informed decisions when they're out, recreating like I was. I didn't think twice about diving in because I wasn't thinking about a life as a quadriplegic.
Yeah.
The other reason is because before I get ahead of myself, that's important to me because I know that there are kids out there or young men out there having a grand old time, not thinking twice about stuff. And this is such a preventable injury that just going feet first anywhere and at any time could save a lot of heartache, save you a lot of money, save you from disability for the rest of your life.
Yeah, specifically diving injuries. They're preventable, jump feet first people,
Right.
and so many people that we know. I'm trying to think of the men that we know with spinal cord injuries. Most of them are either diving injuries or some type of water related injury. What did Cruz do? Wakeboarding on the sand, or what do you call it?
He was wakeboarding.
Yeah. So so many different adventure type accidents.
Especially with young men, you see this horsing around kind of behavior ending up with paralysis. It's very common.
Yeah.
The second thing second reason I think it's so important is because there are a lot of stigmas attached to spinal cord injury and disability in general that I don't think are fair, that I think are often misplaced. Some, are pretty spot on, but largely I think our experience is misunderstood by not disabled people. And so by sharing our experience, I think we're all more informed and more understanding together.
Yeah. Very well said.
Was it?
Yeah, it was very well said.
Kind of blacked out a little bit.
Isn't that what we always do? Whenever we talk about something, we just go on a rant and we're like, what did we... But it's nice because we can watch this back so you know exactly what you said.
Yeah, that's good.
But we wanted to talk about the ways to sustain a spinal cord injury. And I think this is going from the most common to the least common. Motor vehicle accidents is number one. And we know a number of people who have had sustained a spinal cord injury. But I think majority of the time with motor vehicle accidents, they're typically paraplegics.
Yes.
More often than not.
Agree. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The second one is a fall, which is the most common reason for people after 65 years of age. 65 and older, the most common reason for sustained a spinal cord injury is a fall. Which is
my
wild.
parents are getting there.
Oh my, babe, don't tell
They're
your
going to
parents
be
age.
fall risks.
Oh no. They have to wear the yellow wristband.
They're gonna be pissed.
I know.
when
I
they
can see your
that.
mom's head right there too.
She's gonna go, what are you at?
Yeah, I didn't know that though. That's
Yeah.
quite interesting.
But like when it comes to diving injuries, quadriplegia is more than likely the outcome.
Yes.
Because of how the impact is happening.
Yeah.
In a car accident, your body's being flailed around and it could be impacted any which way.
And it's usually like your lower back. I mean, yeah, it could be your neck, but our one friend who sustained a quad level injury, he hit his head on the roof, right?
Which one? Tyler? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's whether your head is getting hit / neck or your lower back. And a lot of times in car accidents, it's kind of lower back.
You found
or
this
upper back. Yeah.
What was the stat earlier? It was 25%.
Well, I didn't finish.
Oh, go. Do your thing.
The other ways, acts of violence, sports and recreational accidents, which diving is included in that,
That's
and
me.
then diseases.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the violence is often gunshot wounds.
Yeah, gunshot or stab wounds, yeah.
Which is very sad, but we're in a country with a lot of guns.
Yeah, so when I worked at Sheltering Arms, actually, there were a number of young SCI patients who were there because of gunshot wounds and violence, yeah.
Which is brutal.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Imagine getting shot in your neck and surviving.
Yeah, it's scary. It's really scary.
Yeah.
But the statistic you were talking about was, oh man, it was like 25% of quadriplegia accidents. Oh man.
I thought it was like a type of accident.
You know what? You keep talking, and I'm gonna find it.
Oh, and I had something to say.
No, did I make you forget?
Charisma.
No.
My brain.
I didn't make you forget. Go ahead.
Talking to my parents and recounting all the stories from my childhood, I realized how many head injuries I've had. Mm-hmm. Which is, I think, why I black out when I talk.
Is that where you were going with that?
Yeah.
That's
sort of.
Oh,
no,
here
but
it is.
what I was gonna say, I think. Wait, no, I just forgot it again. God, why did I have so many head injuries?
So here, this one says athletic activities such as impact sports and diving into shallow water cause about 10% of spinal cord injuries.
Oh, I remember.
But I want to know that percentage of quadriplegic injuries.
What I was gonna say is, as far as disabilities that are acquired in, oh yeah, we did. There was another school shooting.
I did not know that. That's so
It's a
sad.
bad one.
Aww.
What was I saying? Oh, as far as acquired disabilities go, spinal cord injury is one of the top acquired disabilities, and it's also very male heavy.
Yes.
Because we're reckless.
You can be, yeah. It says, in fact, women account for only 20% of traumatic spinal cord injuries in the United States.
Wow, I didn't know it was that low.
20%. And then the other statistic,
yeah.
The other statistic was alcohol use. Alcohol use is involved in about 25% of traumatic spinal cord injuries.
Wow.
Well, so you think about drinking, and then you're not thinking about where you're diving or you're falling. There's so many.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like we were going through the statistics, reading the site, which is the Mayo Clinic.
Yeah.
And there's just so many statistics that we did not know about. What?
It's just so funny. It says risk factors, being male.
Yes, that's the number one risk factor for a spinal cord
Why was
injury.
I born male? I should have been a girl. Mom wanted me to be a girl.
Oh my gosh.
I ended up being a male, and then I dove on a rock.
But also being between 16 and 30. You were 16.
Dang it.
Yeah.
If only we had gone when I was 15 instead of 16.
I know. And
maybe
then
I could have avoided it.
Engaged in risky behavior.
This is me.
Yeah.
Well, it's literally me.
Yeah.
Why'd I do that, babe?
It's okay.
Dang, man.
So I was reading some of this.
My medical musings. Hey, you arrived?
Oh, yeah.
We gave you a
made
shout out
it.
earlier. Thank you for being a member.
Yeah, thanks for being a
Thank
member. What else were we going to say? Oh, another thing we wanted to talk about is paraplegics versus quadriplegics. Mm-hmm. Or paraplegia versus quadriplegia, because that is a very common misunderstanding that occurs when people who don't follow us find our content and see Cole saying, I'm a quad, but moving his arms.
Yes. And to be fair, sometimes it can be more challenging to see what it is. I mean, obviously, if someone tells you they're a quadriplegic or a paraplegic,
You should believe them.
just believe them.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to, if you have some experience, it can still be hard to see. In fact, we met a very nice man the other day, and I was looking at him, and then I looked a little bit harder. He was in a wheelchair, obviously. And then I looked a little bit harder, and then I looked at his hands, and I was like, quad. That's a quad. But
It's always the hands.
But when we talked to him, he shared that he was like C8.
Yes.
Which is as low as you can go in the
lowest.
cervical vertebrae. Mm-hmm. Any cervical break or damage is considered quadriplegia.
Yeah.
Or tetraplegia, as they've begun calling it.
Yeah.
Anything below that is paraplegia. So like this man was right on that borderline, had like somewhat hand function, not
kind
really.
Of squeeze a little,
Had a little bit of this, but like it was very hard to tell. But there is a difference, and it's very, very stark in terms of function.
Yeah, so my suggestion is to always look at the hands.
Yeah, hands are a good place to start. If it looks anything like this,
if they're
that's going to be a quad.
Quad hands is what they there used to be another medical terminology for quad hands, right? Babe.
I'm done. I'm sorry.
There used to be another name for quad hands, right?
Oh, yeah. They used to call them ape hands.
Yeah.
Because that's how apes walk, like with their knuckles.
So there was a medical term that they used to describe hands, quad hands. Now they say quad hands. Unless they still say that in the medical world. I have no clue.
You think they do?
I
feel
don't
like
think so.
They probably got rid of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said, don't be a male.
Yeah,
Mine is a herniated disc. Wow.
Herniated disc. Gee whiz.
That sounds really painful.
Don't be a male, yeah. Yeah, I tried.
The other thing we wanted to note, because I think that we see this a lot, and I believe in being hopeful and whatnot, and being in positive spirits when going through this. But we read another statistic. Do you want to read it?
Yeah, and when I read this, I want to preface it a little bit. Because like you said, hope is valuable. Mm-hmm. Hope is very important. This is going to make more sense once we read the statistic. But I know that there are probably people who know someone in the hospital right now who have a lot of hope for that person and healing. Mm-hmm. But the statistic is less than 1% of affected people experienced complete neurological recovery by the time they were discharged from the hospital. Mm-hmm. So what that means is someone like me coming into the hospital had less than a 1% chance of walking out of the hospital. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let that sink in. Mm-hmm. That's a universal stat.
Yeah.
And I wanted to have more of a serious tone about that, because we hear from a lot of people who have a friend or family member or just a community member who has become paralyzed. And they share how hopeful they are and how they think they're going to walk out of the hospital, and like how they're already pushing away the whole idea of being disabled, which starts you off in a really hard place. Firstly, it's putting very, very heavy pressure and expectations on yourself that are unfair and unrealistic. And then by the time you're leaving the hospital, you feel like a failure.
Yeah.
When more than likely, you've already done a great job recovering, especially if you're at a good rehab hospital. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, that's just a very serious thing that I want people to know, because, hope is great.
Yeah.
You should have hope, but you should also be realistic. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite milestones in the hospital, because I didn't really think about walking. I was already just like, oh, crap, here we are. One of my biggest milestones was picking up a cup and drinking it myself so I could get some ice and chew on it. That was a huge milestone for me, and it made me feel great, and it gave me motivation to reach that next little milestone. I feel like if my milestone, or like my goal, was walking, I wouldn't have achieved much.
So your goal wasn't walking? Really? And how early on did you realize that wasn't going to be a goal of yours?
I think people were clear with me how severe the damage was in my neck.
Okay.
The fact that they had to go in the front and the back. I mean, I was full blown. And in the hospital, I was seeing some of the other patients regain like twitching their toes or twitching their fingers or getting a little bit of tricep back. And I wasn't getting any of that stuff. The one thing I got back in the hospital that was amazing was my wrist. This has given me so much independence in life. So I'm so thrilled.
Yeah.
And I've actually never talked about that moment, but I remember it really specifically.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think we have it on video, but it's a sensation I've never felt before and haven't felt since, unfortunately. But I was driving my power chair and I was just like going down the hall. It was like after rehab hours. And out of nowhere, I felt this like hot sensation in my wrist and like wrist. It was like hot all of a sudden. I looked down. I was like, whoa. And all I could do at the time was like,
yeah.
Literally, that's all I got. And we were celebrating, dude. We were like, oh, it's all coming back. I got my hands back.
Yeah.
I didn't get my hands.
But wrist it was significant.
This went so far it goes far for me every day.
Yeah.
Without my tenodesis, life would be very, very challenging.
That looks so silly. You're so good at that. Tenodesis, everyone. Oh, God. You look like you're going to dislocate your wrist with... Oh, my gosh. It stresses me out.
It did just crack. I'm a little worried.
I know.
I need to go to the hospital.
Yeah. Are you swollen already? Oh, there's some good comments and stuff. I saw someone... Jolene, thank you for becoming a member.
Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my
name. I don't know the words. Okay. Someone said, have you ever heard of the stem cell transfer, I guess is what they're asking about, stem cells?
Yeah. I studied neuroscience, so I'm very familiar with stem cells and the process and creating them and using them. And
yeah.
I've seen some good stuff. There are a number of studies out there being done that show some promise.
Yeah.
I have a lot of thoughts on that. Maybe that should be a whole live, though.
Stem cell research?
Yeah.
It'd be very educational.
It would be dry.
It could be added into another live. I think it's a good topic to talk about, for sure.
Yeah.
Someone said, how tall are you, Cole?
I'm actually 6'9".
Oh. I think they'd be able to tell if you were that tall.
No, I'm 6'3".
Yeah, still
which
tall.
Which is tall, but thankfully it's right at the maximum like height for most of the like durable medical equipment that's made. So like a lot of times I'm just able to get something like our stander, for example. If I were any taller, it'd be so uncomfortable for me.
You're like at the max.
I'm at the max.
Yeah. We've met some really tall quads, or no, it was a para.
Richard. He's like 6'6" or 6'7".
He is a tall quad. You're right.
Cruz is
your height. I thought 6'4".
No, I think he's taller. And Tyler is very
He's
tall.
like 6'6", right?
Yeah.
Wow, why do we know so many tall quads? Woo.
I don't know.
Once you get to a certain height,
maybe that's part of the risk factors, being male, being 16 to 30 and tall.
Arturo said a diagnosis of cerebral palsy can also fit into the quad term. Yes.
Yeah,
same with Shane. Shane would be quad too.
See, that's why we're here talking about, awareness around these topics, because quadriplegia is not just exclusive to spinal cord injuries. Mm-hmm. Shane could be considered quadriplegic. Mm-hmm. He has 4 affected limbs.
That's all it means, 4 affected limbs. But when it comes to spinal cord injury, any injury in the cervical spine automatically qualifies.
So Shane is my quad brother.
Shane's your quad brother.
Quad bro.
Jolene said, hi, since you've been watching your channel for years, ironically years before my grandbaby boy became a quadriplegic, and he is 5 years old now. I love using all the advice y'all give.
Yes.
#Caden Strong.
That makes me so happy.
Aww.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah.
See, people now, hopefully, because they're watching us, have something. They got tools.
Yeah.
They have knowledge to go into this with. Because, man, families that go into this blind are overwhelmed immediately.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. It's too much going on.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
So, thank you. That meant a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sending love to your grandbaby.
Wait, there's more information we didn't share.
No, that was it, honey.
No, the numbers. The moolah.
Oh, okay.
Moolah.
Do you want to share that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here, I'll bring it up.
This is a pretty scary statistic.
Yeah.
It has to do with the finances of spinal cord injury.
Yeah, here.
Which are horrifying.
Yeah. So this is Lifetime. Do the lifetime costs.
All right, let's start with paraplegics.
Why is that like that? Okay.
Paraplegics that have a more severe injury, so like they're not like walking around and stuff. If you get paralyzed around 25 years old, you can expect about 2.3 million over the course of your lifetime on medical expenses.
It's a lot of money.
2.3 million. That's an M, guys. That's a lot. If you are low tetraplegic or quadriplegic,
Cole's level.
that would be me, although I'm at the high end of the low end.
You are the high end at the low end.
At 25 years old, it goes up to 3.4 million in expected medical costs. And for context, typically like $1 million of that happens in the first year of the injury-ish. All right, I won't be specific. Most of the money is right when the injury happens.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm listening.
But even more difficult, if you're a high quadriplegic, like you can think of Cruz, our friend, if you're familiar with him.
Or Christopher Reeve.
Yes. If you are 25 and get paralyzed, it's $4.7 million expected in medical costs.
It's really expensive, yeah. Yeah.
Who would ever have that kind of money?
Besides
Well,
Christopher Reeve. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's true. How scary is that, though?
It's scary. And it's scary when you don't have insurance. Thankfully, like, insurance steps in, or your community. But when you don't have those two things, I mean, that's terrifying.
It's so terrifying.
It's terrifying, yeah.
I can't even imagine that number. Now that, like, I know we've been adults for a while, and you know the value of money, and holy crap.
I can't imagine, yeah.
Dude, I would be scared. So scared.
Yeah, I would too. Your dad, his comment.
What does he say?
Before we get to your dad's comment, Cole, what percentage of the day do you spend in your chair? Do you transfer to a lounge or a lift, recliner chair during the day/evening?
I'm in my chair pretty much 100% of the time.
Yeah.
I would say maybe not even once a week I might get out. I don't know.
Sometimes we'll like not get out of bed so soon, so we'll stay in bed a little late, and so we'll get out of bed at 10. So you're in your chair from like 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., 11 p.m.?
Wait, do y'all not know that I'm wheelchair bound?
Oh my gosh, cool.
I'm actually bound to my wheelchair. I can't get out of it.
A term that we don't like to use.
I'm not a fan of that one.
But no, yeah, you're in your chair majority of the day, and you don't really get comfortable. Like, you've never really talked about, like, your body doesn't get AD, because some people, it's
That's a good
uncomfortable for them to be in their chair all day long, so they do have to transfer and lay down. But for you don't really get pain.
Yeah, I mean, talking about, like, secondary complications of SCI that people probably wouldn't expect, pressure sores is, like, an ever-present concern. Thankfully for me, I don't know if I got thick skin or a fat booty, but one or the other is keeping my skin healthy down there.
Yeah.
But I shift around, and there are times where we'll transfer onto the couch or something.
Yeah, like to watch a movie.
Sure. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, I'm pretty comfortable in my chair.
Yeah.
I don't really get AD throughout the day. I have started noticing, though, like towards the end of the day, I'm just like, I just want to like get the weight off my head somehow.
Oh,
like,
your neck hurts?
Yeah, it's just like my neck's in traps. I'm just always supporting the weight of my gigantic head, because so big with so much brains. There's no bigger head than I'm a brainiac.
Well, we measured. You and Shane had the same size head.
That's true. Well, I mean, it makes sense. He's a brainiac too.
We were talking about it, like if Shane didn't have SMA, how tall he thought he would be, and he wasn't thinking he would be very tall. But I disagree, because
I thought he said he would be tall.
no, he didn't think thought he'd be like 5'10".
No.
But I thought he'd be closer to your height, because y'all's head is the same size, and I think your head determines a lot. Like, I don't know. I just feel like he would be very similar height to you.
Yeah. I also have big feet.
Oh, that's not a fair thing for Shane to measure. We can't measure with Shane.
That's also.
Oh yeah, I know where
you're.
I knew you were going, which is why I changed the subject. How often do you exercise, and do you set goals?
Wait, what was that? What was that?
Oh, your dad said, knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad.
Oh, he's making a joke. He's making a dad joke.
Yeah.
Good job, Dad.
I mean, that's true. You would not put tomatoes in a fruit salad. I mean, maybe someone does, but I wouldn't like it.
Yummy, yummy. I had to sing it in my head. What were you asking?
How often do you exercise?
How often do I exercise? Probably not often enough.
No.
No. How often do you exercise?
We not often. We both have been slacking. We both don't really work out.
It's kind of hard on a road trip.
It's hard on a. Let's be honest. We weren't
Do you
even.
feel weaker, babe?
You do?
Yeah.
We gotta work out again.
I know, look at my bicep, babe. It got small.
Your
Look how
bicep got
small
small.
it is.
I mean, it's still significant.
It has
Wait.
like loose skin. That's not good. Look at the loose. It's so small. It's a little baby bicep.
Do you want me to show my bicep? I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Let's
show
not
your
do it.
bicep.
No.
Come on. Come on.
My baby bicep.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't even flex, Cole. I didn't even flex. Now that's a flex. So my working out, actually, people were asking how do I stay in shape. It's honestly helping Cole transfer. It just kind of keeps my arms fit. And I think, but everywhere else, I have very not strong legs.
I disagree.
No, it's true. That's
It's
why
your
I stay strong.
genetics, babe. You are just fit.
Yeah, but I do, like, it is,
You do work.
yeah.
Yeah, the transfers you do a lot, especially with the shower
It's
chair.
just the shower. That's the only time I transfer. You transfer
Well,
every other time.
You know, that is a good point on this road trip because a lot of times the hotel beds are higher,
Yeah.
which requires more effort from charisma to overcome
Some
that.
of them are bad.
I know.
We're like throwing Cole on the bed because I can't go that high. I'm like, all right, we're just throwing you.
I know. Sometimes, like, if we're up most of the way, but she can't take her hands out of the position she is,
Yeah.
and I start falling, she just throws that shoulder.
Yeah, shoulder Cole into the. It works though.
It works. It works.
But it is kind of traveling has been a little bit harder because like Cole usually transfers himself, and so when we travel, it does restrict Cole from being able to get dressed, get undressed, and transfer. So it's a little bit more work than normal.
Lifting the suitcases into the back of the van.
That's what's keeping me strong. Lifting those 70-pound suitcases.
Charisma's a beast, y'all.
Oh, thank you.
She is a beast.
Thank you.
In a good way. Do you have an electric folding chair? No, that sounds interesting then.
No.
Will you ever go to the Netherlands?
Yeah, we want
As
to.
soon as possible.
Any other questions you want to ask her? Before
Has
we wrap
Cole
it up?
ever cosplayed and you would look great as Kratos and Agraboda?
Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I don't know Agraboda, but I know.
Kratos?
Angraboda. Kratos, yeah. That's like the God of War character, I think. Mm-hmm. I want to do... Well, I was going to spoil my idea for Halloween this year.
No, don't spoil it. No.
Well, I'm not going to be able to do it anyway. We're on this road trip.
No, we're not. We're home for Halloween, sweetie. We'll be
Okay.
home.
I need a costumier, though. I need someone to do
Brittany.
a custom costume. Yeah,
Blackanese.
Blackanese.
Blackanese, we're hiring her.
Blackanese, if you're here, I have a job for you.
We just text her. So how do you want to answer how or who does your bowel programs? We've done
How
videos
or
about
who
that.
does your bowel movement program? Mm-hmm. Well, Charisma's my full-time caregiver, so anything involving care, the answer is Charisma.
Yeah.
Or if I can do it independently, it's me.
Yeah. We try to look into that, but it's kind of hard for Cole to do that independently.
I've tried before. I'll spare you the details on that one for sure. But it was
Not a pretty scene.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Kind of some poking in areas that was not good.
Yeah.
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 All right, one more question.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, one more question. Have you ever considered designing devices to assist disabled people?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have thought about that. The good thing is there are a lot of people doing that already.
Yeah.
And I would highly recommend checking those people out because it's happening right now.
Yeah. Abilities.
Abilities is doing it. C5 Mobility is doing it. Active Hands out of the UK. They have a lot of products.
Yeah, there are a lot of companies. Abilities.
I think we have some of them linked, don't we?
Yeah, we should probably link it somewhere though. Abilities is Mark. What's his last name? But you can type in Abilities on Instagram.
I don't know his last name.
I don't
Because on
know
my
his
phone
last
it's
name.
Mark Abilities.
I don't know his last name either. Abilities, and then C5 Mobility has some other cool things. They sent us a device so Cole can go golfing because we've shown when we've gone Top Golf, we've literally taped the golf to his arm,
Which worked pretty well.
which worked. But C5 Mobility has a device. We haven't used it yet, but
yeah.
it's really cool.
There's another brand called Reach Technologies.
Reachability.
Reachability.
Oh, Reach Technologies?
Reach Technologies, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes,
There's
there
a
are
lot.
a lot of people doing it already. So unless I had some innovation that someone hasn't thought of, I'm gonna let them handle it.
Yeah.
I'll let them do their thing, and we'll do our thing.
Well, if we ever come up with something, then we would totally do it.
I
You
do
ready?
not. I do not play the video game Destiny 2. I'm I'm missing my video games though, baby.
I know. I told you to download a computer game. You can use my computer. So it's so sad. We could not bring his video games with us on the road trip because
But she brought hers.
But I brought mine with the idea that you would download a game and use it.
No, you wanted to play Sims the whole time.
I barely played Sims.
I know, you barely played.
I played Sims for like 30 minutes this entire road trip.
That's
Oh my
sad.
gosh, it's so sad.
So yeah, I'm going to take your
Oh,
computer all night.
Yvette!
Oh, Yvette
Thank
Tevenal,
you.
thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, someone wants to see Sophie, so we're going to show Sophie and then we're going to get off.
Sophie.
Sophie. Sophie.
Oh, she's asleep.
Oh my gosh. Sophie,
She
yes.
was supposed to sleep.
Yes, that wasn't, you weren't dreaming. That was us.
She knows now sometimes the computer is saying her name and it's not actually a human saying her name.
Yeah. Up.
Up. Right here.
Oh, Pat wants to know when we're going to the White House. We'll be,
girl.
the event is Monday night,
Good job,
so we'll be
Sophie.
there, I think, Sunday.
Good
Good girl, Sophie. Oh, I almost hit you. I hit you in the head. Come closer. Can you come
You're
closer?
adorable.
Come closer.
You're adorable, Sophie.
Yeah. And then you
Not
walk
a
your
very-
hands. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that. Now you're stuck.
You don't like that? Okay. Sophie says
Good
hello.
job. High five.
Give Dad a high
Can you
five.
do it? Do you have enough purchase?
High five.
High five.
Oh, that was her high five on my arm. That's a good girl.
Good job, buddy.
Good girl.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you.
All right. I think that's it for our sesh today.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining. We'll be here next Wednesday. Can we confirm that next Wednesday is with your parents or the following?
I think next Wednesday's with the parents, yeah. Okay.
We'll post. We'll post
We're
about
going to
that.
be here, right?
We should be here, but S&G may be here too. Shana Hannah might be here too. So we'll figure out next Wednesday is going to be with
So
special
much
guests.
logistics.
We just don't know who the special guest is going to be just yet. So we'll let you know.
We'll see.
All right.
All right, peeps. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to the new members who just joined.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Thank you
I
for
hope-
the members who rejoined.
Yes. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about SEI and some of those scary numbers. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Scary numbers.
Yay.
Just edges. Not all of them are scary, are they?
The millions, those are scary.
The money figure, yeah, that's scary. Yeah.
No, and it's definitely scary if you're a male 16 to 30 who
and
likes
risky.
to drink.
And it's risky.
By the way, I was not drunk, by the way.
No,
I
Cole
hope
wasn't.
nobody thought that.
No, you weren't. Wow, this is so
Yeah.
delayed. Wow, that's wild.
It is very delayed.
All right, well.
All right, peeps.
Bye.
Glover, Cole, see y'all on Twitch one day.
Yes.
Peace, peace.
Bye-bye.
Yay. Good job, babe.
And stream.
And boom.
Wow, I didn't realize it was going to be so delayed.